Hello and welcome to a new video. Today we're going to take a look at the top teams for the Catch Cup, and as you most likely hear already, I'm insanely sick, and yeah, this video was supposed to be out already on Friday, so then we had for me at least, surprise release of Palkia and Giratina, or not Giratina, Palkia and Dialga Origin form, so I showcased that then, as well as this video was then supposed to come up yesterday, and I was insanely sick, and I'm still insanely sick since yesterday midday, which is just why we're going to take a look at this today. They're going to be a little bit less uploads, most likely for the next few days, but we have to see about this. Maybe I'm better tomorrow. But yeah, if you haven't subscribed yet, would really appreciate it. Also, before I'm gonna go for the 8 teams that I actually built, basically with the Pokemon that you guys suggested in the community tab. Thanks for that as well. We're going to have here also some other videos, for example, where we can take a look at some Great League teams, because basically this is the normal Great League meta. If you have the Pokemon, of course, some Pokemon are not eligible, for example, something like the Deoxys defense, but let's move right into the teams. First team here, we're going to have a very standard line. We're going to have a fighter in the lead, either the Toxicroak or the Annihilate. Both Pokemon are something that a lot of people have right now. Lickitung, of course, is a little tricky. Was spawning though during the Go Battle Week event, I think it was. Otherwise, Charjabug was part of the Community Day in December as well, so like a lot of Community Day Pokemon going to be in this video as well. In the back, we're going to have Skarmory, which does make a lot of sense, but otherwise you can also use something like a Dragon type if you wanted to. Of course, going to be a little bit more tricky against Charm users, but Skarmory would be the best option to go for. On paper, this team looks pretty solid as well, and we can move on to team number 2. Team number 2 coming in, and we're going to have here a team with yeah, some more Pokemon that you guys might have. Lantern is also, I think, was also part of like one event or whatever, but definitely a spawn that is quite common as well. Decidueye, and then Victory Bell. Decidueye is mainly in there for reasons of being a Community Day Pokemon, and most people, I guess, have this Pokemon built from then. Victory Bell was in Rocket Leaders, and it's also one of the Pokemon that I built so far, so that's kind of nice as well. Would definitely recommend you to try this one out. But otherwise, this team looks like really fantastic. Can struggle a little bit sometimes maybe against Gligar. Gligar can be a little bit tricky, as it has super effective coverage against the entire team, but still you can do something with the Lantern. So let's move on to team number 3. We're going to have here a team with Skeledirge. Skeledirge is a Pokemon that a lot of people also built only this season, as this Pokemon is got buffed this season with Incinerate, which made it really meta. We're going to have Greedent, which I also saw in the comment section that people had this Pokemon built, so here you go. But you can also use something like the Poliwrath, and then you might think, oh, how do you get Cresselia? There's going to be a quest available, I think, starting tomorrow, maybe the next days afterwards. I'm not too sure about it yet. I'm going to try my best to still hopefully get those quests done. Like, this would be really good for me, because like, you're gonna get Giratina Origin form, which can be for Great League level if you trade it. You're gonna get guaranteed Great League level Cresselia for everybody who still needs this Pokemon, which is going to be amazing. And then you're going to also get, like, I think some other Darkrai, I think, which is not going to be Great League level, sadly, because it cannot trade it. And I think there was like one other Pokemon, Heatran, which you can actually also get for Great League level if you trade it. But otherwise, this team looks like a lot of fun to play again. Like, when you're gonna get Cresselia and you haven't built a Cresselia yet, for sure something that you want to build. Otherwise, Lurantis also does make some sense, as it's going to be able to counter those water type Pokemon which you don't really want to face with your lead of Skeledirge. Moving on. Team number 4, we're going to have here the Whiscash in the lead, or also something like the Swampert, if you have one built, but Whiscash is definitely way more common in terms of what people built this season, especially the Shadow variant. We're going to have the Saysop of Clefable. Clefable was also part, I think, of the Fairy type event, and then the Wigglytuff in the back, which was part of the New Year's event, which had like the new drip outfit there as well, so that's definitely something that you can play. Double Fairy seems very solid in the current meta. Clefable Saysop is really good as well in the current meta. Just a little bit tricky, of course, if you're going to encounter a Steel type in the back with the Clefable, but it's an ABB style line, so you have to keep your Whiscash around anyway for a potential Steel type. But this still should work out pretty well. So, team number 5, we're going to have here the what's called Clodsire. Clodsire was part of the community day as well in December, so something that you might have built already. Same goes for Greninja as far as I know. Plus, here of course we have like LilyNiRiain. We have, like, instead of LilyNiRiain and Walrein, there are quite a few Pokemon that you could use. You could also use something like a Frostless here, I would imagine, as a Saisob, which also should still work out pretty well. But yeah, here Greninja in the back or something like the Annihilate would work really well if you have a Clodsire build. And this Pokemon is definitely something that I would recommend you to try out if you have it, because it's a very strong boy. This thing can definitely do something, but yeah, as a Saisob, also if you have Dugong as a Saisob, would be really good for this kind of team. But yeah, that's going to be it for this team. Let's move on to team number 6. Team number 6, we're going to have, kind of similar to team number 1, we're going to have something where we have Skarmory plus Annihilate Saisob. I think I made a video about this kind of like similar team already for the Open Great League, and it's definitely solid. You can play something like a Whiscash in the back, you can play something like a Dano in the back. There are quite a few different kind of options for this team here. But yeah, if you have Skarmory, this could be a team for you. If you don't have Skarmory, it's going to be a little bit tricky, because there's not really anything that can really do what Skarmory can do. I see just right now that the graphics is here also wrong on this one, so my bad for that, but we're just gonna move on to team number 7, because I am too sick to just gonna edit everything out there as well, so let's move on to team number 7. Team number 7, we're going to have the Gligar in the lead. Gligar is something that I encountered basically every single time I went into the, into the Catch Cup right now. Like, so many people got the Gligar build, and I guess this is going to be one of the more neutral teams of Gligar, Dragonair, as well as the Lantern. This is going to be a very solid matchup as well. You're going to have a lead that can deal with those Steel-type Pokemon that you don't really want to encounter. Of course, Registeel you cannot encounter, so it's going to be a little bit better for you there. But, yeah. Otherwise, Dragonair Saisob really solid in the current meta as well, especially the Shadow one. Again, Dragonair was, or like the Dratini was part of, I think it was Cliff who had the Pokemon, so definitely something that a lot of people also were able to get a good one and try to build one. Otherwise, they're going to have the Lantern in the bag, and so this team is going to be pretty meta, but should work out pretty well. Final team for today, we're going to have a kind of double dragon line here, but also with Annihilate. Annihilate would also work with the Charger Bug in the lead. This could be a little bit tricky if you go for Annihilate with the Gligar, I would imagine, but this was like kind of what I still came up with, at least with the Pokemon that you suggested in the community tab. So yeah, this is going to be also it now for this video. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to leave a like, subscribe if you have not already, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one then. Bye bye.